And there we are. Okay. And now the first sip is so good. Let me let everybody know that we're here. Okay. My dog. He loves the squeaking toys. Usually not this much. That was a mistake. Good morning, Kai. Seriously, give me this. Good morning. Say good morning to everybody. Say good morning to everybody. Hi. Say good morning to everybody. Nope, that's mine now. Okay. He's so precious. Where's your bone? Go get your bone. Go get your bone. Okay, so here we are. Me and Kai. There are so many things going on right now. And my head is totally spinning. But good morning. Here we are. So this coffee mug is brought to you today by my love of sloths. How adorable is this mug? And this mug was a gift from my friends. You're ridiculous. In Philadelphia. Daniel and Jennifer, thank you for sending me that. Down. So I love my coffee mugs. I'm somewhat of a collector, and Kai wants some coffee. Go get your bone. You can have your bone instead. You'll be fine. I know. So much going on, and I'm going to try and talk about it as sort of a way to alleviate my brain. I've been having this discussion on Messenger with a friend of mine here who keeps defending Kavanaugh. And I think he does this to antagonize me, which I get. Totally get that. But Kai is blissfully unaware of the current political situation. But what I don't understand is that there is this common feeling of, well, she can't prove it, so she's just accusing him falsely. And like this, apparently, as we've been doing for millennia, women falsely accusing men of sexual assault. And that just is not a thing. In rare cases, sure, just like with anything. Can you go get your bone? You need to get your bone. Sometimes I think he understands me. But, people lie, right? And people will falsely report crimes. The fact that so many don't report at all in the first place when it comes to sexual assault should clue you in that if they are reporting, if they are actually taking all of those risks and coming forward, they're probably not lying about it. Just the statistical fact that so few come forward. And when they do, so very few perpetrators are brought to justice. Like, is it even worth it? You don't get to eat that. Hey. Get your bone. The risk-benefit ratio is not in favor of the survivor coming forward. There's a lot more to be risked for the benefit, for their own healing, right? It's not some sort of conspiracy theory against men. People come forward so that they can heal. They don't come forward because there's millions of dollars to be gained, or, the political fame of preventing someone from becoming a nominee. Like, who cares? No, that doesn't even make sense. And so for my friend to say, well, she can't provide evidence, there's holes in her story, and blah, 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 and so now we're just supposed to believe every woman that comes forward and they're guilty until proven innocent. First of all, innocent until proven guilty is applicable only in a courtroom. That is a courtroom principle. It is not a real world walking down the street principle. Secondly, what's worse? To presume that she's lying, or to presume that he's lying? I think it's worse to presume that she's lying. Kai. I know. Get your bone. I know. I'm not even paying attention to you. We might have to deal with some squeaking. Or I could put him outside. I wish I could put a pause on this thing, but I can't. Well, maybe he's all right. Okay. Dog life. So it's really frustrating when the argument turns into, well, we can't, do he said, she said, and that's not fair to him and his reputation and da-da-da-da. What about her trauma? What about the fact that she can be triggered anytime she's with a partner? What about the fact that it changes you and not for the better? It will always be with you. Like, what about those consequences? People can build up reputations. People can't undo history. So I feel like the default mode is just, yeah, men do stupid shit when they're in college and they're drunk. How about that not be a thing? How about people don't get sexually assaulted? How about that be the discussion that we're having? How about we talk about how we teach children not to commit crime as they grow into adults? How about we do that? How about we foster a culture of valuing women and valuing girls such that things like boys will be boys is no longer said and no longer used as some sort of excuse? How about the LDS Church stops teaching children that girls have to be the responsible ones and dress modestly because boys can't help themselves. That's something they're taught. That's ingrained in them as they become adults. And I think that's absolutely it's horrifying, really. To teach children that, and then to, under the guise that that's what God believes. How about we stop that? How about we pretend that women are people too? How about we pretend that sexual assault is something that is horrific? And if you're engaging in it, there are no words to describe what kind of person you are. And if you're watching it happen and doing nothing, not looking so good for you either. And it's true. When people say, a survivor will say, I didn't fight back. That's usually because it's the safer option. That option causes less harm. It is not consent. If I say no, or if I'm unconscious and can't say yes, it doesn't matter what actions I take. If I'm not saying, yes, let's do this, then I'm not giving active consent. And if I'm not giving active consent, any sexual encounter is assault. It's not hard. It's really not a difficult concept that can be applied to so many things. Like it. I just think that we owe it to ourselves and our children and our future to stop focusing on he said, she said, and start focusing on what created the environment where it was okay that this allegedly happened. And I believe Dr. Blasey Ford, I believe it happened. And as my friend pointed out, I have bias because I'm a woman who went to college. I know this behavior happens. I know this is a thing. And again, what are we doing to stop it? Why are we so focused on men are scared because what if some woman comes out and accuses them? Well, maybe they shouldn't have done stuff that they're scared might have been assault. Maybe that's a thing. So it's really frustrating, and I want the conversation to change. I want it to change from, is Dr. Blasey Ford telling the truth, to did we just nominate a sexual predator to the Supreme Court? Did we just give someone who was untruthful during his testimony the highest power in the nation? Because the Supreme Court interprets the laws. Congress makes them. The president shouldn't be able to do anything without Congress, but hey, what did our founding fathers know about balance of power? Clearly nothing. The Supreme Court is a big, big deal. And I can't just sit back and pretend that we didn't just nominate someone who is deceitful and potentially someone who just takes what he wants. I don't know. In other news, this coffee is really good. I wonder if there are people asking questions like, why are you having coffee right now? It's early. It's like 8:40 here. This is what happens when I do stuff without coffee. I've been ranting for 16 minutes and I didn't post the, the link. Supposedly you can find it though, right? If you're on the channel. Supposedly you can find it. Anyway. You'll have to rewind and watch the beginning again. Sorry guys. I forgot to tweet the actual thing, which is dumb of me. But you missed all of my dog being crazy, so that's funny. There we go. So I'm here with my coffee, just trying to survive another day. And it's really funny when my dog sighs like that. Because I'm not paying attention to him. Oh, the tragedy. Trying to survive another day, trying to not lose it when people I know are discrediting and shaming survivors, defending perpetrators, focusing more on the he said, she said, instead of actually focusing on the problem, which is, why do people sexually assault other people? I think it has a lot to do with our culture. For example, where's my thing? Salt Lake Women's Show. I tweeted a little bit about this, but I didn't really get into it. And I'll talk a little bit about it now, because this is a huge problem. Now remember where we are. We're in Utah. Okay. Not an excuse, but as recent data has shown, Utah is the second most sexist state in the nation. We're beat only by Alabama. So, yeah. This is great. A great example of why we have continued issues with sexism and misogyny and patriarchal ideals, and why people are, for whatever reason, anti-feminist. Seems to me that if women are people, then women should have some sort of equal standing as men, as people, because we're all people. And yet people reject that idea. That's feminism. The idea that women are people too. That's feminism. Don't try and turn it into some man-hating women need to rule the world. No. It's the idea that women are people too, and therefore should be treated as such. It's crazy. So this shows up in the paper, and this is early September, right? So this shows up in the, I guess, Sunday paper or something. And I'm like, oh, a women's show, and Elizabeth Smart is going to be there. Now, Elizabeth Smart has done a lot of amazing things, and I do respect her work a lot. So I was super excited. I didn't get to see her, but I'm super excited that she was going to be there. Here's what happens when you open the first page. This has been a tradition for more than 10 years. Elizabeth Smart with a headline. This event is presented by Mountain America, a local bank thing. Attendees will also have access to more than 100 vendors where they can pick up the latest trends, experience one-on-one consultations, and enjoy a day of pampering. So apparently the women's show is a day at the spa. I mean, I like a day at the spa. I think men do too, but they won't admit it. Just kidding. So the highlights right here, right? So you got Elizabeth Smart, and then you got these things. It's hard to do that backwards. Fashion forward. See what's trending. Dillard's Beauty Bar. Fabulously fit. Meet with fitness experts. So you got to look pretty and you got to be pretty. Is what those are saying, right? Cooking. That's another featured one right on the essentially first page here. Watch local chefs as they share their cooking. There is THIER. That's disappointing. Great expert advice. Oh, okay. So here's something that's going to make sense, right? Great expert advice. How to invest wisely. What to do if you want to get another degree. What to do if you want to get your first degree. How to get into real estate. How to, who knows. But here, the great expert advice is learn from experts on topics such as bras that fit can change your life. Stealing joy, how social media affects mental health. Because that's all women do. We're on social media all day. That's all we do. And we have bras that don't fit. Presenting your best self and free your mind. That sounds promising, but the subtitle is The Positive Effects of Decluttering. So ladies, you gotta look pretty, you gotta be pretty, get physically fit, cook better, and organize your home. Like, this is why we're the second most sexist state in the nation. Where are the vendors about education and finances? Can you really not? Stop it. Down. Get over there. This dog. Give. I've trapped him in this room. That's why. So, yeah, this is part of the problem, right? Just play tug with my dog. Oh my God. Stop it. Give. Actually, I have to take him to daycare soon. So, and then there she is. Okay, cool. So we've got this whole thing about Elizabeth Smart. So that's awesome because she's awesome. She's done a lot of awesome things. Can you stop squeaking? Give. This is a dragon. He loves his dragon. He looks like a dragon. Well, then don't eat it. Wow. I know. I threw it, so he's going to be back. Okay. Schedule. I'm going to see. Okay. 5 hacks for more peace and positivity. Stress, the body, and the reversal of chronic disease. Okay. A makeup class. And no, not because you missed another class. This is a makeup class. Notice I'm not wearing makeup. This is, by the way, I'm not even showered yet. This is me, not showered. Fertility specialist, because you want to make sure you can have kids. You're not broken. The truth about emotions and why you feel too much. Women are so emotional. I mean, really hysterical most of the time. Oh, here we go. Finally. 5 money questions for women. Now, I don't know what that means, but at least that's something that could be useful and is less stereotypical. Stealing joy. Reestablish your connection with your children, your spouse, and yourself. I feel like that should be in the men's expo, but Utah Star dancers. So, like, these are, creating the perfect mocktail. Mocktail. Not a cocktail. This is not bartending for ladies. This is bartending for LDS folks. Stop it. Stop talking to the computer and play with me. Yeah, there's like 3 mocktail thingies that you can attend. So this is why. Oh, then we've got here, look, pretty things for your home. Here, look, pretty ways to be pretty. And here, go to Logan. Don't go to Logan. Ow. Here, find the house that you love. Here, get thin. Here's how to get your kids back to school because you're the only one responsible for getting your kids back to school. Here's some health care. This is no surprise. If this is how we think of women, this is their interests. This is where their interests end. No wonder we're the second most sexist state in the nation. I know. It's unjust. My dog's looking at me like, what are you doing? I want to play. So now I'm going to go out and face this sexist, misogynist world. I tell you what, like, if you're not, it's easy to get soaked into the culture. I'll just put it that way. It's easy to forget that the messaging is there. And then one day you're kind of like, wait a minute, that's kind of sexist. Like, what just happened there is kind of misogynist. And this is a very special place and very special. So on that note, I'm going to say see you later. I'm going to finish the coffee. So live streaming in the morning with Coffee 101. If you talk, you're not drinking your coffee. So now it's getting cold. Sad pants. And if you don't let people know that you're here, they're going to miss the first half of the thing. So I don't know. My brain, it's all over the place. Probably because I'm a woman and I'm emotional. All right. I'm going to go pay attention to my dog for real now and get on with the day. I hope you all have a lovely day. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow morning where I do this better. I don't know if people want to check in with my morning rants and my morning coffee. Let me know. Please subscribe. Leave comments. I actually read them. I know you're not supposed to. I feel like it's my responsibility to read them because people took the time to watch and post. And so far, it's really, it's questionable at best. I like the nice comments, but then the other comments are like not even in the ballpark of nice. So, anyway, see you guys later. Bye.